Hi, I'm Danielle Maynor, and this is my daughter, Sky Brielle. Say hi, Sky. Look at the camera. Say hi. I found this church-sponsored parenting class a couple years back when I got involved with CPS after losing my 3-year-old son. I lost custody of him when he was about 1 year old, and because of the shame and agony of that, I got involved with drugs and alcohol. During that time, I became pregnant with my daughter.
I met Danielle. She was in this parenting class. At the time, she only had her son Gentry that was in foster care with a family member. So when we began our journey, she just had her son. And then in June of 2018, she had Sky.
After I lost Sky in the hospital and began looking for rehabs and trying to be state funded to attend rehab, I did find a rehab that would take her, one of the only 3 in Texas that actually allow you to bring your baby into rehab, and it was in Houston, Texas. So when I was attending rehab in Houston, during that 3 months, Lori, my mentor, was very active and a big part in my life. I spoke to her almost every day on the phone. She sent me supplies, things that I needed for Sky, and she came and visited me every other weekend. I don't know if I would have been able to get through that without her there by my side through every single part of that.
In January, it was time for her to be released, and there was no housing, there was no place to go, there was no resources in place yet. So on January, I think 3rd or 4th, Sky and Danielle came home with me, and they have been living with me and my husband Duffy since then.
There was no even discussion as she could come stay at our house.
After I got out of rehab and was in the ends of my case dealing with CPS, I lost Sky. They came and took her from me due to a positive hair follicle, and we weren't sure why it was positive because I had not used since before I went into rehab.
We could not believe it. It was just something that couldn't have happened.
This drug test that came out positive was a very serious matter because it meant that Sky could be taken away from Danielle and she could lose Sky and not have custody ever again. With the support of the church family, Danielle was able to get more testing done, and they all came out negative.
The day that we went to court to fight this, Becky and Lori were in the courtroom praying.
There was an emergency court hearing that Danielle was able to get, and I just had to be there.
We had people from my small group in prayer during the court time. We had people that were from our church and small group that came to court and were praying as the court session went on.
As the questions were going on, I was just praying the Holy Spirit be present.
And I really felt the presence of the Lord in the courtroom that day.
The judge was very gracious and very kind.
The judge heard our defense and immediately said, bring that baby back to her mother today.
Having those people there in the courtroom with me, having the presence of God in the courtroom with me, it really made a big impact on how that day went. And of course, her case was closed and she's mine now, and no CPS involved, and it just feels good. Now I have a job that I'm working and applying for housing, my own housing, and we're very close to getting my 3-year-old's case closed.
Ever since she got to where she is today, she hasn't looked back.
Since Danielle had come to live with us, she's attended church with us regularly.
I started going to a small group every week and praying and reading along and doing our Bible study. All these people are like family to me now. They're like aunts and uncles, and Sky's got several aunts and several uncles. I've had faith and known that I could get through it all because of these people standing by my side. They're pretty much my best friends, and they will be forever.